I was laughing at myself, and then my door just creaked, like opened, because I didn't close it all the way, and so it just kind of like, and that just scared me so much. Anyways, hello, welcome to the channel, or welcome back. Grab your tea, grab your coffee, grab your wine, grab your probiotic carbonated drink, grab your brandy, your martini, your margarita, your water, what have you. Because in this video, I have a proposition. You see, I am converting my business model into a membership. And I know, we're all struggling with subscription fatigue. But in this case, I feel like the monetary value is going more towards the customer, while the creative fuel is coming back to me. Because about 4 years ago in 2021, I opened my Etsy shop, and I had decided that I wanted to sell digital products. I had started out with digital planners, and I realized that Etsy doesn't like you to change too much in your shop. I started with digital planners. Even starting with a niche, it still wasn't niched enough when it came to planners in general, because I wanted to make budget planners and project planners and business planners and household planners, and I also wanted to make printables. And then I started experimenting with Canva templates, and then I have SPGs and different kinds of digital products in my shop. And Etsy doesn't like you to have multiple categories in your shop, at least from what I've observed. And even when I did try to niche down to just the digital planners, my shop still didn't look cohesive, because I had all kinds of planner like covers and journal covers, and I pretty much lacked focus for a very long time. And for a long time, I thought that I was the bottleneck. I thought I was the issue, which I mean, I am really, it's my business, so I am at the center of the issue. But I thought it was because I couldn't produce digital products fast enough. It was also my refusal to do this niche down thing. I tried to do the niche down. I tried to do that sounds so weird. I tried to do the niche. I tried to niche. Oh, why can't I talk? I tried to niche down. And what ended up happening was my creative motivation slowly but surely drained out of me. And when I'm not motivated to make the things I want to make, I end up not posting, not listing, right? So it was kind of a feedback loop where I would get inspired to make a product, put that digital product into my Etsy shop, see no views, no sales, and then I would try to promote those listings with social media. And then on social media, I was trying to get the perfect hashtag and description and all of these things so that people can go to my Etsy shop, and so I can get views, so I can get sales. And I was just constantly on this treadmill, right, of trying to keep up with trends and also trying to maintain my own inspiration and motivation. So I would see a trend and I was like, okay, I can make this trend work with my digital products. But even when I did that, it did not work. Like, I think that my Etsy shop really just started off on a bad foot. Like, right out the gate when I started my shop, I pretty much had abandoned it because I had a toddler and a newborn, and basically there wasn't a lot of activity in my shop to begin with. So I think that first opening my shop, I think I just made it, I didn't opening my shop just made it have a bad foundation to begin with. And as I have learned how to make different digital products and try to post them into my Etsy shop, I still struggle. The main issue I struggle with is views. And if you're not getting views, no matter how good the product is, you're not going to get a sale if nobody sees it. And so I thought that I could fix this. I thought if I could do a mini campaign, right, for each like digital product. So if I do an entire social media, like I'll post this on social media, I'll post this on this platform and this on this platform, and I'll get all of this traffic once they see that, and then they'll go to my Etsy shop. And then I was trying to develop this funnel and trying to drive traffic to a platform that just simply didn't care about whatever traffic would come in. And that was exhausting, trying to get social media SEO, Etsy's SEO, and I also have this mailing list that I am completely neglectful toward. And essentially I have stretched myself thin with the platforms, and also trying to sell individual products. And it was when I made this little, I'll try to put a picture or something here to zoom in so you can see. But this is just a bunny holding a heart with a picture of me as a baby inside, because I was making the bunny and I was like, oh, it'd be super cute if you can put your own pictures in like the heart. And then I printed this on printable magnetic paper, and I laminate it, and I use my Cricut machine to cut it out, and then you have this little personalized bunny magnet that you can put on the refrigerator, or you can use the design to put like on a t-shirt, and essentially there are many use cases just with the one design. And I was excited about it because I thought it was super cute and I felt like people would like it. And I was about to post it on my Etsy shop, and I was going to list it. And when I went to start that process, I just stopped, because I knew that if I listed this, no one was going to see it. No one was going to see it. Like, it was going to be for no reason. Like, no matter how cute my product might be, no one was going to see it, and it was not going to get the attention I believe it deserved. And I realized then that I wasn't the bottleneck. I actually can make a lot of things in a much shorter time than when I have to market those things. And instead of me putting all of this energy and time into SEO or the right hashtags or the right keywords and the right titles, I'll put all of my energy into marketing a membership where I will be pulling everything that's been on my Etsy shop, everything that is on my Etsy shop, and everything that would have been on my Etsy shop, and I am going to curate it into a feed for the membership. And that is going to be a lot cheaper, because instead of buying one-off individual digital products, you will be subscribing to a space where I just make and make and make and make and make. I just post it. And that way I'm not trying to hard sell a simple, because at the end of the day, as much as I like this design, it's a simple thing. Like, there's only so many ways that I can describe this to you. And and at the most, this is probably would have been $2 in my shop anyway. So I was putting in all of this energy and effort for products whose prices, like my average price is like $5 in my shop. Like, it's between I think the highest thing I have in my shop is $12, maybe 15 or something. Like, all of this work, hours of work for $15, where I'd rather have a membership where it's not about the price of individual products. It's just, you're just going to get the volume of what I could have listed and what I would be able to list, without worrying about the description, because I'll just it'll just be products as I make them. which is kind of hard to sell in a membership because there has to be some kind of consistency. I don't think it's fair to have 1 month, I'm just like, here's a bunch of digital products, and then the next month it's like, oh, here's I don't know, like the next month is like, oh, I made one thing, right? So I am thinking about how to curate the feed so that it's a good balanced amount and it's fair for new members and old members. But I do want a free tier, and the free tier will be replacing my mailing list that I have neglected for so long. Like, instead of me sending updates to the email, it'll just be on the free tier of the membership. And I want this whole process to be a marrying, right, of like, think Patreon meets Creative Fabrica, because obviously I can't compete with Creative Fabrica. Like, I don't have thousands, tens of thousands of digital designs, but I also want it to be a community, a way to see probably like extra content, something like Patreon would be, but it would be a free tier for that part. And then for all of my digital products, like pretty much everything digital that I make would be in the paid tier. That's how I am wanting to do this. So I am nervous about it because I'm still thinking about how that would work. But if you really want to help, the most helpful thing you can do is comment below what you would probably want to see in a digital product. The digital products that I do make is SVGs, and SVGs that are editable in Canva. So essentially I make customizable Canva frames, and that's like how I made this little guy. But this is also would be available in like SVG format, PNG, etc., all of those things. I make seamless patterns, and I am practicing embroidery right now, so I am working with digitizing as well. And see, that's just an example of how, like, I know for a fact that if, like, my shop kind of was already all over the place. Right now my shop, I think, is mostly Canva templates and Canva frames, but at some point it was like a bunch of things in my shop. I know for a fact that if I put in an embroidery file, Etsy is gonna lose it. And like, and I don't blame Etsy for this. It's because it's hard to index, right? It's like, if Etsy's algorithm, and pretty much all of these algorithms are trying to predict or curate content and products for the customer. And if the customer is looking for a certain embroidery file, Etsy is not like, I don't have any rapport. Oops, I hit the mic. I don't have any rapport in, digital, I don't have any rapport in embroidery files, right? I've never listed an embroidery file before. So if Etsy's algorithm is scanning for embroidery files, even if my file is what they are looking for, Etsy's still going to sit me in the back of, at least in my observation, from what I've experienced, it's still going to put me at the back because I am not known. My shop does not have the rapport for embroidery files, and Etsy doesn't want to risk, me like, oh, here you go, I just made something random. Even though, of course, like, I prototype and test out my files. And please, 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 if you ever have a problem with any of my products, please reach out to me. Do not hesitate. Okay, do not hesitate to reach out to me. But yes, anyways, but that's what I am thinking for the membership. And let me know in the comments if there's like embroidery files, t-shirt designs, mock-ups, Canva. And so with mock-ups, I do make mock-ups in both Canva and Affinity, which would be, what is Affinity's file? I know like you can export EPS and PSD files from Affinity, but let me know. Okay. Also, my tablet is right here because I was going to do the tutorial for a free digital project planner. I want the project planner to be available in the membership. It's going to essentially, it's going to be available in the free and the paid membership, and it's essentially a digital project planner, and I have a printable version, but that tutorial will come after I release the membership. But either way, let me know, how do you feel about it? And also the pricing, I'm still working on the pricing. So let's talk money. Let's talk money. Okay. I don't want to have a high-end membership at the moment. That's not what this is for. I wanted to share content with all of my little crafts, like from sewing and can you see it? Whatever. Sewing, my heat press, Cricut projects, notebooks. I have the cinch over there. I have a mint stamp thing that I have not even taken out of the box. But I say all that to say, Bunny Hop Hobbies was always meant for me to share my projects and hobbies, and I wanted it to be self-sustaining so that it can actually grow and that I would be able to fund bigger projects. Like, I have app ideas, website ideas, game ideas, there's 3D printing, and ultimately, like, my big goal at some point, I would love to have a manufacturing factory, but that's just in my head. Like, I love craft machines, you guys, like, I do, but I just want a big warehouse to put a bunch of craft machines in, honestly, and just make. Like, I just want to make. I'm a maker, okay? And there's really no limit. There's nothing. Like, I do like robotics. Now, I haven't touched robotics or robotic code or anything like that since high school, but I do want to go back. I do want to get back into that. And, I want to be able to fund it in a self-sustaining way, because I just want this to grow. Like, I had really big plans for Bunny Hop Hobbies, and I can't get anything done unless I am getting income from it itself. Like a business, in my opinion, needs to be self-sustaining. Like, if you are not getting money from the customers or from the business itself, is not really a business. And so the pricing, I don't need the pricing at the moment to be outrageous. So I did want it to be a fair price, especially knowing that, like, a lot of people are cutting back, and I don't know, but I didn't want it to be like extreme. So, but I do need it to be self-sustaining. So I'm still debating the pricing, but I will have the free version, and the free version essentially is going to be just announcements. I'll probably be dropping like some freebies here and there. But essentially announcements, and it'll be like probably stuff that I just want to mess around with, like games and let me think. I don't know yet, but let me know what you think. Let me know what you would like to see in the membership. I'm hoping to release it in May 1st, or like the beginning of the first, maybe something in May. I need this release. I'll give myself at least that kind of deadline. So let me know what you guys think, and thank you for watching.